My name is Stephen Tice, and I was in the United States Navy. My most memorable event of the Navy was when we were in a shipyard in the winter. We had the boat tied up to a dock, and the only way to get off of the ship was to climb across these ropes that were probably 5-6 inches in diameter. The water was pretty much frozen. It was probably 0 degrees out, and it was late in the evening. We were getting off the boat, and it was myself and one of the captains, and I was an engineer on the boat, so I took care of all the mechanical systems. So I crawled across the lines, got onto the shore. It was all snowy, and then he was coming across, and he fell off, and he fell in through the ice and went through the water. So I yelled for help. There was nobody around, and he kept going under the water, and he couldn't get. Every time he grabbed the ice, it would break, and he'd go back underneath. And the wall was probably, from the wall where I was standing to the water, was probably about 8-10 feet down. So there was no way to grab on anything. There was no ladder or anything to crawl up. So he couldn't get up. He kept breaking through the ice and going through the water. At one time, he went under the water, under the ice, and he came up, and the ice was over his head. Alright, so there's no way to reach him. There's no way for him to climb out, and there was nobody else around because it was late on a Friday afternoon. So I grabbed a large rope that was frozen laying on the ground, and I tied a loop into it, and I lowered it down to him. And I had him put it around up under his arms, so he was in the loop and then hold on to the rope. And he weighed probably about 200 pounds, and I was the only one there, so I was the only one to get him out. And so he got the loop around him, and he was exhausted, and he had, all of his clothes on, and so I tried pulling him up, and I couldn't pull him up. He was just too heavy, and I thought if we don't get him out of there, he's gonna freeze to death. He's gonna get hypothermic and that, or he's gonna drown. So I got over on the edge of the dock and braced my feet, and I grabbed the rope and just pulled with my back and my legs, and finally got him up to the edge where he could get out of there. So I mean, it was a scary moment. It seemed like it lasted an hour, but it was only probably 4 or 5 minutes at the most. So we got him out of there. I got him into the car. We got him undressed. Turned the heat on full blast and warmed him up because he was just shivering and chattering. And I was going to take him to the hospital because I thought he was hypothermic, and he wouldn't go. So I ended up taking him home, and he turned out okay. Everything was okay, but it was a scary moment. It was one of those things where you have to act now, or somebody's going to die, basically. So yeah, it turned out well.